Welcome on in, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good one. Let me fix this. Howdy, howdy, howdy. For those that don't know me, my name is Michelle and I am Snow Fox Designs. So welcome on in. Say hello so I can say howdy back. All right. And say Facebook, don't fail me now. Oh, and it's going to fail me now. Come on, Facebook. Hey, Judy. How are you? Just trying to get all signed in on here. Facebook was being a little bit dramatic on my phone. Hope you've been having a good day. I'm going to take my glasses off, put them back here. So, we are going to do Winter Wishes and Moose Kisses. And I already stained this back part. And I got this when we were at our retreat in Branson. But I do know that if you are interested in this kit, hi Lisa. If you're interested in this kit, I do know that it is from woodchuckworkshopar.etsy.com. So it's James and Chuck's kit. How is everybody doing today? And we're going to start off with our moose face. And I am going to put this down just because I may do some stuff and I don't want to get it all over. Thanks for throwing snowballs, Judy. I appreciate that. Hi, Levon. How are you? Hi, Rebecca. Just a quick little recap. We are doing Winter Wishes and Moose Kisses. And I stained the background. Now we're going to do the pieces to go on here. I got the kit when we were in Branson, but it is from woodchuckworkshopar.etsy.com, which is James and Chuck's site. Thanks for throwing snowballs. Okay. I think I want to start off painting around. It's not going to matter if I go into here because we have pieces that are going to cover that up. But I'm still going to try to stay in his face and down in here and on his ears. We're going to use Dixie Belle's chocolate. That's my plan anyway. So did everybody have a good weekend? Hi, Steph. Levon, did I say hi to you? Hi, Tina. How is everybody doing? Now, I am going to try to be careful and not get his eyes because those I don't have. Sometimes you get like extra eyes, like they pop out a little bit. But we don't have those, so I'm going to try my hardest not to get in his eyes. So anybody doing anything fun this week? I was well, I hate to call it babysitting, but I was watching the grandkids earlier, and then my daughter-in-law brought me home. And I go back on Thursday. Not sure what time I'll be back home, but there are other grandmas coming in. So I guess she's going to be staying until they go to school. So I will be not watching them the rest of the summer. Just making sure the comments are still working, because sometimes it seems like on my phone they decide they don't want to work, which I still find kind of weird that, oh, it can work there and it can work there, but it won't work there. But we went to the water park with them yesterday and they had fun, so it was a nice little water park. Wasn't huge, but it wasn't, like small, but they enjoyed it. So I know some moose can be like lighter colors. It depends on what time of year you're seeing them, because they can be shedding in that. They can have like multiple colors, but I'm going with the chocolate to start off with. Where did I put one of my little cups? I need one of my little cups. I'm going to put some water in there. Because right now, and I'm also going to use mud puddle. I think I'm going to add just a little bit of touch here of the mud puddle on. And it's kind of wet, so I'm kind of putting it on here to kind of lighten it up a little bit, and then we might do some shading later. This way, it's kind of a mix of both of the chocolate and the mud puddle. It's not going to be too dark, not too light. And if I hit it just right, there might be a little bit of like shading throughout. Sometimes when I miss a day, I feel like I haven't seen y'all in forever. Excuse me. Hi, Linda. You love Moose, Susan? We will see, Susan. We will see. So, hmm. So he's not totally chocolate and he's not totally mud puddle. Hey, Ken. And for his eyes, I'm going to use the Grabby marker. And there are scores in the wood, so when you go to put the pieces on, you can see where they need to be. If you all haven't got the Garby markers, don't get me wrong, Poscas are nice, but I like these also, and they're a lot cheaper. Hi, Melissa. How are you? I was watching another crafter this morning while I was with the grandkids, and they were doing the caramel apples and the candy apples, and I thought, yep, because I had been thinking about doing that, and after I was watching, I thought, yep, I'm going to try that. Thanks for throwing snowballs. I appreciate it. Now, I am going to make his nose the mud puddle, because their nose is usually a lot lighter. But I'm trying not to do it too heavy. I'm okay if some dark mess mixes in on occasions, because it kind of, to me, it gives kind of like their fur when it look when even like on dogs sometimes when they have, if you brush it this way it looks a certain, like almost like a matte color, and if you push it this way, or no, this way, it looks kind of matte, push it that way, it looks kind of glossy, especially on our black, like our black dog or Roddy. Okay, thanks, Steph. So anybody been doing anything fun this weekend so far, or week so far? I know our weather, I don't know if it's changed any, but it was saying that we have more rain coming. I'm hoping that isn't so, or if we do, it's like little rain showers and that's it. Yes, be careful out there, Stephanie. Some of those drivers are cuckoo. And it always amazes me, like when the weather changes, it doesn't matter if it's raining, summer, winter, you always have those that think that they can drive in it all and speed. And it's like, okay. Hi, Elizabeth. You're going to a baby shower, Linda? Those can be fun. Now, again, it ain't mattering any if I go over on here a little bit because I have the pieces up in front of me that will cover with his hat. I am trying to decide what color, because I have the words and I have the hat. And I was thinking about doing the hat in red, but then I could do the words in black or white. It doesn't matter, but, or another color. So I may be asking y'all what color you think. And I still may put some little more highlights of the mud puddle in his top. His, as I would call it, his muzzle or his snout doesn't need that as much. Oh, well, you'll be busy then this weekend. Decorating can be a little bit of work, but then afterwards, the fun. Now, I'm not taking a ton at a time because I wanted to see how it was going to look lighter, and I want to make it a little bit darker, so that's why I'm coming back over here and adding more because I want it a little darker. Now, the Christmas in July is still going on because there's a new creator every day. And tonight at 7 Eastern, 6 Central is Cindy Dockery with, I believe it's Country Girl DIY. I believe I got that right. So if you have nothing that you want planned, or you have time that you can sit and watch, she would appreciate it. The wood piece up top won't cover. Hi, Vicki. I'm going to take just a little bit of this and see with putting a little in here. And I may wind up painting over it, but we'll see. Just to kind of give it a little bit here and a little bit there. Now I need my littler brush. I have them all here, because we are going back with the chocolate down around here. If I'm not mistaken, I will have to double check. I might still have to come around on the edge there, but we'll see. I'm thinking we are going to have to, but we'll know soon enough. How you been, Vicki? Anybody else been doing any crafting? I know Stephanie has. I know Cheryl Mountain has, because she posted something. Let me see. I think we're going to paint a little dark right in here. And if I have to come back over it, we'll go back over it. Not a big deal. That's the one thing with crafting. You can always 99% of the time you can fix something if you need to. Hi, Sherry. How are you? We've been fine, thanks, Vicki. Been busy like everybody else. I could kind of see as I went to put my fingers down, and I thought, better make sure you don't stick it in the paint. Of course, it wouldn't have been the first time that I stuck it in the paint. Can you all hear somebody's dog barking outside? Not mine. I can hear it. I don't know if you all can. They're carrying on pretty good. I'm glad you can't because I can hear them. I'm like, oh, I don't know what they're doing. I got my button craft done for Sherry's challenge. I didn't even attempt. I don't know. I guess I don't know why I didn't, but sometimes I'm sure y'all can relate. Sometimes it's like, okay, I got this to do, that to do, and it's not an excuse. It's just, I just didn't. I should have, because I like crafting. It's fun, it's relaxing, but bad me. Truth be told, I think all the people when I did the floral one, y'all intimidated me. Y'all do some awesome projects. Does that work, Sherry? Can I use that as an excuse? I thought it was a pretty good one. I still have time. Not going to matter if I go over, but I'm still trying not to. Hi, Cindy. Hugs to you, my friend. Thanks for throwing the snowman. How's Scott doing? Keeping him in prayers and positive thoughts. I do like moose. So when I saw this when we were in Branson and they had it available, I thought I have to have that. So I did. Hi, Jane Moore. Welcome in. She does. She absolutely does. Well, I thought that was a pretty good excuse. Y'all intimidate me. Hi, Andrea. I was just talking about you a little bit ago. I was saying I've thought about doing the apples, and then after watching you do the apples today, I said, okay, I do need to do the apples. They turned out so good. And they look so good. Like, yeah, now I want a candied apple. My mom loved the caramel ones. I always loved the candied ones. Okay, definitely will be keeping them in extra prayers and positive thoughts. Please take care of yourself too, Cindy. they look so fun. I thought about it and I thought, well, I hadn't had time to really, like do investigating, as I call it, because I know there's some that do them differently, and I hadn't decided like what way I would want to do them that. And then I saw how you were doing them. And I thought, okay, we can do that. Yeah, I like moose. When we were up at in Estes Park, we got to see some up there. I liked Estes Park now. I like to go to Gatlinburg and I like to see the bears, but I'm not one of those that have to get up close and personal with them. Plus, if they know, like the rangers know that they're out or they're in a certain area, they're over there trying to keep the people that do want to get up close and personal with them back. I mean, I like a good picture just as anybody else, but I don't want to be cuckoo about it and get myself in trouble. May have to fix that a little more, but we're going with it. Now, as you can tell, I've not changed my brush. Hey, they looked really good, basic or not basic, extreme. They looked really good, and like, let's eat them. They look delicious. But yeah, I haven't changed my brush out. I kind of wiped it off a little, but I'm okay with a little slight mixture because I think it helps give it a little something something. And these, I know I said that I got this when I was in Branson because they had brought some extra kits down there that we all could purchase. And this one is from Woodchuck Workshop ar.etsy.com if you're interested. Chuck and James. Okay, we're going to change it up a little bit. We may come back and touch up some things either during the live or after, because I know some of us all do that afterwards. I do sometimes. I'll look at it and I'll be going, okay, now this needs to be fixed and do it afterwards. But we're going to do I'm calling them his antlers. And then we'll move on to the rest of him. And yes, this is getting covered by that, so I get to fix this by putting this on here, so I'm happy about that because I'm not happy with just the way that is. Didn't have to paint that, but I did. Now I'm going to use Coffee Bean, and I don't know about everybody else who has gotten the Dixie Belle, But the coffee bean and the chocolate, especially the coffee bean, when I open that up, whoo, and it still has remnants of a odor. It's like, okay, strong stuff there. But I love their paint. No, I don't want that brush. I forgot to bring my water bucket back here. Dang it. Let's use this one. If I get in a pinch, since I forgot my water bucket, I can take my paper towel and my water sprayer here. And wipe it off. I don't know why I forgot my bucket. I always bring my bucket back here. I know why, because when we were doing the Christmas in July on Saturday, I didn't have it back here so we could have more room since Ken and I were doing the project at the same time. And then I forgot to bring it back. I'm going to, I don't know if you're still on, Andy, or not, but I'm also going to do some more bread and cookies because I think I'm starting to get it down. My first one was okay. The second one was, I thought, better with the cookies in that. And I did a couple chicken cookies just because I thought they were cute. But I think I wanted, oh, and the bunts. I did do a couple bunts. I did do that. But I think I want to tweak it a little bit more. Everybody's quiet today. You'd think it was a Monday. Nobody's doing anything exciting this week. Now this is still a little bit wet in certain spots, so I'm just taking lightly the chocolate and just kind of going over. A little bit. I don't know if you can see it because it's still kind of wet. You're waiting for the hat color to come up? Well, Rescue 1, I get to paint this again, so, because I didn't have to paint that. Yeah, I was thinking red, and then I know a lot of times, like a lot of people do like the check, but I don't want to do the check or the plaid. I just want to do like a solid color. And I mean, I'm leaning towards the red. I have two reds that are sitting off to the side of me. One is the Romance, which is a real pretty dark red, but then there's also a metallic garnet that is pretty, so we'll see. So, Susan, do you have all your painting of your house in that done now? Or do you still have more? I like a moose and green. Or, oh, I didn't think about purple. I didn't think about purple. Oh my, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, my favorite color would be the Dixie Belle Amethyst. I love that color. Didn't think about that one. How I didn't think about it is beyond me, but I guess I was kind of relating it, not that this has to be just because it's Christmas, red or green, because they do Santas now in all different colors like purple and all that. And I don't know if you can see the one behind me. That's what I did. You can kind of see his hat back there. And some of his jacket, I did it in purple. Oops, almost put it in the wrong color because I was reading comments and not paying attention. So I'm just, while this is wet, I'm taking just a little bit and kind of spreading it out just to kind of give it a little something something. But I could take a marker, but I think I'm going to try to take my small paintbrush and do his nostrils before we do this part, because this will be covering over there. And I want his nostrils to be lighter. Half done. The hallway, living room, kitchen complex has lots of surface area. The vault ceiling over living room and kitchen adds to, oh, yes. I never did like doing ceilings. Ceilings, and now there's no way. There's no way I would do them now. Too much with the neck and that. Unless I had like a scaffold that I could just probably lay flat and do it, there ain't no way. And you can ask, I see Ken's back on, you can ask Ken, most of the time I did all the painting in the house. Probably could have taken his nostrils a little lighter, but we're going with it for the moment because we might add a little bit of like a reflection on his nose anyway. So dry them up, and then we'll pull the other ones over here and start doing that. I'm sure there might be some adding of somewhere I missed that I might have to touch up on, but we will see. And his nose is going to look totally different here in a minute. So I think we use chocolate. We might use a little bit of a mixture of the chocolate and the mud puddle. I'm using my paper here, the kind of mix. Please come to my house and paint. Have a long pole for, I can't do that anymore. I've tried that. Now I would have to do the scaffolding bit. I need to add a little more here because we're mixing a little bit. And I'm mixing, I call it the stinky coffee bean. The very first, it's mellowed some, don't get me wrong, it has mellowed some. But I was like, the first time I was like, whoa, baby. It was quite strong. I don't know if anybody else has had that problem with the coffee bean, but whew, good paint, just stinky. See, I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of got like a little bit of dark in there from mixing it. So I'm assuming Sherry must have jumped off because she never said that my excuse was good or bad. I'm painting it in kind of quick strokes because I'm trying to not let certain colors, like if it comes off at first being really dark in one spot versus the other, because I'm trying to mix them really well here. I don't know if you can see, I'm just mixing them on here. So also, sometimes if you like put a base coat on underneath, like underneath what I'm doing right here, your colors will pop a little bit more if you want to do that. Now I also can come back and for his mouth I could take like a black pen or a real fine brush and put his mouth line in. Whoops, that one got a little more black than I wanted it. We're going to thin that out a little more. This way his nose isn't just like all one color. He has a little bit of a shadow of the other color. All right, let's dry her and see what she looks like. Wouldn't be painting except for long shaped crap. Oh, I get that. For purple hat was thinking darker like an eggplant. I don't know that I don't have. I think the darkest one I have is called amethyst. I see a little couple spots I need to didn't totally get. I'll show it to you in a minute. Of course, I'll have to put my glasses on so I can see it because I'm trying to squint here now and see where I stuck it. But we can take this, and if we want to, we can go ahead and put it on. So it looked like that. me see real fast. Where did I stick it? Not there, not there, not there, not there. Well, just knocked stuff on the floor. Aha, here it is. This is the darkest purple I have. Let's close these up. Let's do his hooves, because then I can close up the browns. So let's swap this out for a minute and not do the words and the snowflakes. And we got his hat. Now these are going to be white. This part's going to be white. So we already know that. That works? Okay, well, we can do purple. We can do that. I do need this one because his hooves are going to be dark. It will be the coffee bean. I could do black, but I like the coffee bean. So I don't know if everybody had heard, the Christmas in July is still going on all this month. We have a new creator every day. Today is Cindy Dockery with Country Girl DIY, and she will be on 6 Central, 7 Eastern. And the kits have been provided by Renee's Chalk and Craze.etsy.com and Woodchuck Workshop AR.etsy.com, and that's also where this one came from. And if you use all in caps the word melted, you get a discount for only this month. Okay, we should not need that no more. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Peggy. How are you? So our mousse is coming together here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the hat. I'm going to leave these for last because we're going to add something to that. We'll do the words. We could do the words in black, I guess, or unless somebody thinks a different color. And we'll do the snowflakes in white. But what I should do is put the snowflakes on here with the white pieces. But we'll swap that around in a minute. Ouch. Just scrape that with my finger. So may have to do a touch-up. Let's move these off for a minute. Let's do our purple. Oh, thanks, Cindy. Aren't you? Let's see. Tomorrow's what? Wednesday. Aren't you on? I think you're doing the Christmas in July on Thursday. Is that correct, Cindy? And if there's anybody on here that you're not following and you would like to follow, that's on their page, like Cindy with C3 Cottage Crafts. And I know Sherry was on here. I don't think she still is. But if you want to follow them, please follow them. It helps all our pages when you follow us. But everybody who is doing the Christmas in July is coming on at 6 Central and 7 Eastern. I think that might have went. So we're going around just to make sure. Just to make sure. I'm trying to do, I'll be on, I'm trying to do different things like cutouts and that because I'm trying not to stay in the grunge because I like the grunge and I could probably grunge everything. And I don't want to, okay, now I'm doing another grunge. So I'm trying hard not to do that. I like this purple. I'm a purple person. Just making sure I got everything. We should be good with that. So close that up. I'm hoping, because we need to do some more yard work this weekend also, but I'm hoping that the weather changes because it's been saying that we have some rain coming, or that it's like a little shower and then it's done. Because I don't want any more of the storms and stuff. I think we've had enough of those. Okay, this should be done. And put it, I don't know if you all can see, but I'm going to put it, I'll hold it up there so you can. So then I'm going to make sure I get these right. His hat will be on here. Well, his hoof moved. They're not glued on yet, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to put this on here, this on here, this on here. Let's get our snowflakes. I'm going to have to redo this board anyway, because you'll see why in a second. Now we're going to do Cotton by Dixie Belle. Thank you. Lisa, we're not watching replay. You got me live. We are still live. We are going to take cotton and we are going to add, and I'm getting this ready because if I don't, some diamond dust to olive. I want some color on, some little sparkle on our snowflakes and the white on his hat. But you have to get it when it's wet for it to stick. So a little or a lot, it's going to be okay. Now you can use, if you don't have diamond dust and you still want a little bit of bling to it, I think I'm going to leave this one and just do 3 and leave 1 knot. You can use glitter also. I like the diamond dust, not that I don't like glitter. Just know that it is like ground up glass, so you do need to be careful. And we'll see how much stuck. And then I want to put some on his fur around his cap, because I think it would be give him a little something blingy. Little bling never hurt anybody. Except I'm trying to paint it kind of fast because this is a bigger piece and our paint does like to dry kind of fast. So you kind of got to move a little bit. We'll cover it and then we'll go over it slightly again just to make sure it's still got some wet to it so it will attach. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Just enough to give it a little something something. And I'm hoping I took these off on the right way and didn't flip them over now that I'm thinking about it. So maybe we won't put any bling on these pieces. Just in case I didn't take them off the right way and we have to paint it again. I know nobody's ever done that. I just happen to think that. Did I take these and flip them? Hope not. Hope not. That wouldn't be good. Just be a quick paint here and there, though. So we'll see. This piece needs a little extra dry because I added the extra coat to it to make sure this would stick. Okay, let's get our little moose up here. I say little, he's not really little, but let's make sure I did these. Okay. You go right there. Okay, so far so good. Oop, that's wet. You did it the other day? Yeah, as I started painting, I was like, oh, I hope I didn't do that. Okay, I didn't do it. Yay. Now this piece. I think he goes this way. Okay, good. So, since I got him here, I'm going to hold him up upside down. Do you think we need to add any diamond dust to the sides or just leave it? I'm kind of okay either way, but I figured I added some diamond dust to the top. It's, you know, whatever. If you guys think it needs diamond dust, I'll pop them out because they're not glued in yet, and we can add some. So it's all glittery or not. When sewing, you make mistakes. Put a collar on upside down. You know, I wouldn't even attempt that anymore. I haven't sewed in forever. You know, doing little quick mendings and that, yeah, but not on a sewing machine. I haven't done that forever. So let me try to turn this around. You all can tell me. Do we need to put, he's not glued on, so here's some diamond dust here. Do we need to put some on the side too or leave it? In the meantime, while y'all are deciding, I'm going to go ahead and glue his hooves on. And I see a little where we need to do a little touch up here. We'll give him a little dark there. Yes, put some diamond dust there. Okay. I'm still going to glue his hooves on. I'm using Stick Fast, not Star Bond. It's almost as bad as Star Bond, but not. I do use Star Bond sometimes. I think this gives you just a little more, just a tiny, tiny bit extra. Oh, now this little sucker doesn't want to stick. Hold it there for a second. A little extra play. Time. All right, let's get this. Grab my board. Take the cap off. Ah! There was purple in there. Dagnammit. I don't know where the purple came from, but we got purple. Where did the purple? This was not the purple brush. All right, y'all. Fix time. Don't know why we got purple on that one, because we should not have had purple on that one. The purple brush is laying right there. Easy fix. Thought I got it all off the wood here. But it still kind of looked like there was a little in there, but doesn't now. Ow. That time I did get stuck with a piece of the glass. I've been actually pretty lucky because I never use gloves or anything. And you probably should. Or those little, what do you call them? I think some people call them like finger rubbers to kind of help protect. It's a fuzzy hat that added some lint to the white lining. Well, I think I got all the purple off. I don't know how it got on there because the purple brush is down here and the white brush was up there, but don't matter. It's all good. We got it. Making sure there's nothing on the sides. All right, let's get our moose back here. We need a name for our moose. I don't know what we're going to call him yet. Let's start gluing him together. Almost forgot where I put it. Like I said, with this one, I get a little extra play time. Not a ton, but a little. Now, he's going to need to be held down for a minute. May have to come back and put some extra glue on him. I do know the round, I don't know if it was because where it was outside when we were at Branson and that, but it was a little, I got to do a little touch up here because I just stuck my finger in some wet white. Thanks, Peggy. But the round, if I lay it flat, it's a little wonky. but that can be fixed. Now I do need the purple just to do a little touch up, but we'll do that after. Sure. Okay. I'll make sure I had the right piece. And also, when you just so you know, if you do use the diamond dust, even when you're placing it on your board, you have to be careful also, because some, even though it can be on there, you can still kind of scrape your fingers across it. And you kind of, what I didn't do and I just did is kind of turn it over or off on the side and have like a little shake so anything loose will come off. All right, you little stinker, why aren't you going down there? Because I didn't have it in the position. Thank you, Lisa. Did not glue this piece on. All right, I just pulled you out. Jose, I just pulled you out of there and you don't want to come down? What the heck? All right, let me find real fast here. Let's find a little brush, because we do have to do a little touch up where I stuck my finger in some white. Some of this I think I have to watch again, because some of this is not white. It's, if you pay attention, I have a little, if I pay attention, I have a little bit of glass here. So here he is so far. And our snowflakes are done, so I'm going to put him there. I wish I would have brought back my stuff, but I did not. Shame on me. So we're going to take this and wrap this up so I don't stick it on anything, because these are my dirty brushes. We're going to move our marker. We're going to move this piece of paper, because all we have left is our words and then gluing him on the board. Oh, and do his mouth. I'm going to do his mouth with the marker. So, what color were you thinking? Because the moose is going to be right here, and then the words are going to be here. Black for the words? Is that what we're thinking? I'm going to take the Garby marker and just use it on his mouth. I can't, I wish I could just go straight across, but I don't trust myself. Yes, do it in black. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it. All right, let me stick this white one in there so I don't stick my hand in that. And close up our white. Let's get our black, and what I have is Black Caviar by Dixie Belle. Or I could use the marker. We could do marker, or we can do the Dixie Belle. Let's do the and in the marker, and then we can see what we think. Because the and, even if we didn't like it as well as the paint, it'll put like a little separation between the painted words. kind of, you know what I mean? Because it won't look like the way the paint will. I don't think it does anyway. So there's what it looks like in marker. My preference, let's see. We're going to try it both ways and see. Might have enough on the lid. Something about it, this isn't a new tape board, but it's fairly new because I made them up, new ones on Saturday. And every time my arm touches it, it sticks. So we'll do winter, at least in the paint, and go from there. But we're almost all done. All we have to do is glue them on the board. Whoop, whoop. And what I might do, which I probably will do, is after the fact, I'm probably going to put a little bit of white on the lettering, like in certain spots, like snow or something that has landed on it. So then I'll post and show everybody. All right, let's do a quick dry. I didn't know you were still on there, Ken. Okay, some of it's not totally dry, but I want you to see the difference. Can you see the difference between the Anne and the winter marker versus paint? I think that's what we're going to do. We'll do the paint, and I'm glad I did the other one in the marker. It gives it a little different. But since I'm a little over an hour, and I know y'all have been sticking with me, and I appreciate that, I'm going to dry this. I'm going to put it on the board, and then I think I will, afterwards, put some white on the letters in that, in certain spots. Or if I feel even more, we could put some snow text on here if we wanted to, on some of the letters, like snow has hit somewhere. What do you think? Do a little bit of white with paint or a marker, or put some snow text? Your call. Gonna leave it up to y'all. Making sure I got everything. Somebody must be outside doing something, because now I can hear my dogs making noise. So we'll glue this on, and then you can tell me if I should put snow text or just a little bit of white with a marker or paint. Marker or paint, either or, that doesn't matter. But I think this was a really cute moose. And if anybody on here, again, if anybody on here would like this cutout, just go to woodchuckworkshopar.etsy.com, and that is James and Chuck's Etsy, and you can get it there. Let's glue our moose on first, and then we'll do the words. And then we can put snowflakes wherever we want to, because there is no specific area to put them. So we have options. I don't know what's going on, but they're being real noisy all of a sudden. The one that, if you all can hear him, the one that sounds like a cow, that is our rotten. Now I will have to hold this some because, like I said, when I got it, it was kind of, I guess from sitting outside, it was a little warped. But it'll glue down and it'll be fine. See, now it's perfect. Ta-da! Get our words on. Oh, you know what we forgot? How could I forget moose kisses? I'll finish that and I'll post it, but we'll get this on. And you can tell me if you think we're going to need some snow text or white on the lettering. And I will paint the moose kisses in black. Or we could do moose in black and kisses in red. Thank y'all. I don't know how I forgot moose kisses. Thank you. Yes, I think he's cute. I liked him. I had to have him. Trying not to cover him up. That's why I keep putting the words up there. So since I forgot to paint the moose kisses, what's your all's take? Paint it all in black? Moose and kisses? Kisses in the garnet? Definitely can do that. I might go ahead and just paint those and then we can decide, because the garnet's sitting right there. We can decide if it needs any snow text or anything. And then all the words will be on here because that'll only take a second. Almost had it sticking to me. Kisses in red. Since you're all saying red, it'll take a few seconds really to paint mooses in black and then that one in red. And then I will show you, and then we can figure out the rest. shoot him up really fast. My black is still sitting here, so we got that one. 1, 2, 3. Well, I say that as the lid doesn't want to come off. I think this is one of the first times I forgot. Oh, you gotta paint that. Duh. How did I forget it? Being a hot mess today. The red's going to give it a nice little pop, I think, too. So I'm glad y'all said red. I know what they're barking at. Sounds like somebody, our neighbors, out there cutting grass. So it's like, how dare you get close to the house? Let's give this a real quick dry, make sure we didn't miss anything. I say it should have been better holding it the other way. Okay, that's done. Whoop whoop. I'm being a hot mess today. All right, now you said the red and the garnet, so we are going to do the garnet. And it is a DecoArt color. This is the way I mix up, sorry. So in case y'all like it, and it is the garnet. So see, it's like a real pretty shimmery color, and I don't like the way that looks. I don't think it mixed it up as well. So we're going to mix it up again. And I think I just stuck my finger on it. But that looks better. I did. Want to make sure that's off so I don't get it on my board. So this is going to have a little shimmer to it too. Because it's a metallic. I found out I bought some extra paint brushes from the Dollar Tree. I personally don't care for them. Because I thought, you know, they were there, I was there, let's get them. But I don't like them. I don't like the way the brushes like move. If that makes sense. I know some people like them. I don't. I prefer getting the ones from Hobby Lobby. Okay, I think we got her good. So now we dry it and we should be going. Yes, this is Deco Art. It's Deco Art Metallics, and it is the garnet. Yes, exactly, Susan. It's like a really, the garnet's a deeper red versus like Romance, which would be the red red. So we'll dry her up, put them on. Make sure my sides are dry, or hopefully. All right, let's get our mousse on. And I like to get glue, especially on the corners in that. Like if you skip a certain spot, I personally wouldn't skip the corners, because if they come up, usually in my experience, then the rest of it's going to come up. So I try to get glue in every spot the best that I can, but definitely on the ends. And I do sometimes use the hot glue, especially if it's a project that I may be keeping, because depending on people's weather, the hot glue can melt, and sometimes it even can fall apart in the winter. So if I'm going to do something that I may be selling, I try, if I use the hot glue, I use another glue too. They do leave some brush strokes, but they're not, you know how when you get like some brushes, let me grab one here, they're more flexible. They're, for me, they don't feel like they are. They feel a lot stiffer, and I don't like that. But if you ever get Happy Mail from me for sharing, sometimes I have thrown some of the brushes in and I had not tried them yet. Some people like them, like I said. I personally don't. So you know, if you've gotten brushes from me that were from Dollar Tree, you would know what you may know what I'm talking about, and then you may not. You may say, I don't see a difference in it, and that's fine, because, you know, some things work for some people and some don't for others. Okay, so here is our little mousse. My only next step would be if we add, I might just take a marker or paint and add a little bit of white there. I think if we put snow text on, it'll be too much. Yes, exactly, Susan. So don't you think just take a little bit of white here and there to just give it a little highlights? That's what I'm thinking, but I don't think we're going to do the snow text. And the only other thing I have that would go on here is our snowflakes, and that I can put anywhere. So like we could put one here. I do have to make sure I have a big spot for this one. Or it could hang off a little. That would be fine. Put one here. We can put one over there. So he would look something like this. So I think adding the snow text would be too much. Just put a little highlights with the white on the lettering. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and glue this. I'm not going to sign off, but if you want to get off, I more than appreciate y'all hopping on, and I flop those out because that one fits better there. but I'm going to glue up my snowflakes on, and then I will sign off and do the lettering, and then I will post. But I do appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget, if you're interested in this kit, it was from woodchuckworkshopar.etsy.com. Don't forget the AR. And there will be, if you want to watch the next creator for Christmas in July, it is Cindy. You agree, Levon? Yeah, I was thinking it'd be too much to put snow text and that on. It just would clash with him. 6 Central, 7 Eastern, she will be on Country Girl DIY. So he is now all glued on, and then I'll just take some white and put some highlights on the letters. But there he is. I think he's cute. I like my mooses. Thank you all for hopping on. I appreciate y'all. You all are the highlight of my day every day. I love coming on here and chit-chatting with y'all and sharing tricks, tips. Yeah, tips and tricks. Hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the day. If there's anybody on here that you are not following, just go ahead and follow them, because it does help each and every one of our pages when you follow us. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Here's some hearts for you, because I can't give them to the other way, but hearts for you because I love y'all. Have a good one. Bye, everybody. Have a great evening. And thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Bye.